You're totally right. It can be hard, if not impossible, to communicate your needs or your feelings or your wants with somebody that's on the other side being very defensive, potentially gaslighting, which, by the way, is another one of those psychology terms that I do think it's a little overused. But if they're being defensive, or if they're lying to you, or if they're shutting you down, or if they're rolling their eyes, or if they're, telling you you're being too sensitive, whatever the kind of response is on the other side, if it's not accepting, if it's not welcoming, if it's not creating a safe space for you to open up and communicate your needs, then for sure you're going to shut down. That's normal, actually. None of us, I don't care how secure you are going to walk into a volatile or defensive situation and just freely communicate without any kind of internal sense of, wanting to shut down or wanting to bottle up or not feeling safe enough to be very open and authentic in what we communicate, right? So that is normal. And there is information for you in that exchange. So I get this a lot. Well, I can't communicate because they don't allow me to communicate for whatever reason, right? Insert everything I just talked about. Okay, yes. And do you continue to show up and attempt to communicate with somebody who has shown you a million times over that they do not have the capacity for open dialogue? Do you continue to show up and attempt to change or better the relationship with somebody who shows you over and over they don't have the capacity to change or better their relationship with themselves or the relationship with you? Bottom line, how somebody responds to us is always information for us about their capacity, about their willingness for change. I always say start with trying to have a conversation with them first about what you see, about what you notice, about the struggles you're having because they're defensive or because they shut you down or whatever the thing might be. And even in that relation or that conversation, rather, if they're not capable of hearing it, again, this is information for you. Now, what you do with that information is up to you. I'm not saying cut and run immediately, but what I'm saying is we can't continue to overlook when somebody shows up and gives us this information over and over and over again, right? I think it was Oprah that said something like, believe somebody when they tell you who they are the first time around.